just got my box in from Classic Industries. And what we got here is a brand new coil. Flamethrower 2. Very hot. Yeah, okay, we'll see. We've got a new electronic ignition upgrade here. There's the part number and all for it. We've got a brand new, let's see here, this is the cap and rotor button. Part number there. Part number there. And we have some OEM style spark plug wires. So there you go, part number there. So, getting ready to do a tune-up here on the charger, an update on it. So, new coil, cap, rotor, wires, and electronic ignition upgrade. So this thing should run like a champ. I mean, it runs pretty good now, but I feel like with that, it's going to be even better. Alright, so here's my new electrical components. Cap, rotor, plug wires. I've already matched them up with the original ones for right length. A new coil. And this is the Pertronics Igniter 3 electronic upgrade for the points. So I'm getting rid of the points, going to electronic ignition. What's nice about this number 3 version, it's got a rev limiter built in here set to 5500, so that's kind of cool, and multi-spark design. Now, instructions tell you to go in here and take everything apart, and they're telling you basically to remove the vacuum advance screws and the vacuum can just from the distributor, remove the points wire, remove the breaker plate screws, look at an entire assembly. So I'm over here now. There's the distributor. I've started taking the screws out of the vacuum can here. There's one on each side here for this Chrysler engine. And now I've got to take out the screws in here. So this is where your points are and condenser and all. So I'll take those flathead screws there out. And then I should be able to get that out and wiggle this vacuum can out of the way. Now, the trick, because you see how close it is in here, I used a socket and a little adapter here and put on my ratchet like so, and that made it nice to get back here and get that loose. So there's no way I was getting this small screwdriver in there. It's hitting the firewall. So just a quick tip there. I'm gonna keep taking it apart and we'll see how it goes from there. Okay, there's the old points and condenser out. That's the old points and condenser set up there. All right, so to show you what I had to do, when the vacuum can comes in right here, it's actually, this is under there and clipped in, so I just prized it up so I could kind of pull it out like so. So now that we have the vacuum can out, I'll check it, make sure it's working properly. And that should help. Make sure that's working. All right, now, get these clamps out of the way. So now, see how that is, lined up there. So now there's screws along it. It looks like there's one back here. There's extra holes there. And then there's one over here, so I gotta take those screws out and pull this out. And there it is, out. So this is the piece that normally sits in there. And this is the piece we're replacing it with here. So, see if we can line this up somehow. See how this looks. Okay, so a quick tip. Mine would not drop down in there. It had interference. So I took a file, went around the lip right here, like so. And on the inside, that's just a quick demonstration, but I actually went around both sides and just basically cleaned it up a little bit. So maybe the casting or something was off just a hair. On my distributor, it wouldn't drop in. So they tell you, looking at the vacuum can side, the one hole goes to the left side. So this is where the vacuum comes out. So there's the one hole, and it goes toward the back. And then the 3 holes actually go what they call the right side, or to the front. So we get our ground wire out of the way here. So try to line it up, and then we drop this in like that. So now I've got this in here. I just need to line up the screw holes, one here and one back there that you saw me fight with earlier. But again, I had to just take my file and file it just a little bit for it to drop in, because it didn't drop in the way it's supposed to. Then once we get that, then we'll move this around and we'll get it over to where our vacuum comes in here and actually attaches right here in this hole. That's what it looks like. Now I got one to put on the back side of it. So that's here. Sure as tight, I don't want to drop it. And the next thing is, I was getting ready to check this vacuum solenoid that's on side distributor. The problem is when I blow into it, listen to this. Apparently it's got a leak. So it wouldn't surprise me. It's original, 52 years old, so more than likely the bladder on the inside has a hole or something in it. So now I'm kind of stopped on finishing this project tonight. I need to get a new vacuum for the distributor. So this is the vacuum advance. When it pulls pressure, basically what happens is this moves in, this arm moves in like so, and actually can advance and retard the timing depending on how it's moving when you got vacuum or not. So yeah. So it's a couple days later. I had to order some parts for the car. But a quick recap. There's the new distributor mounted. There's the new electronic upgrade dropped in. Got the wires kind of preliminary cut and spliced over to here to the coil. One thing of note, this is the power wire that goes to the coil. Well, it wouldn't fit the terminals of this new coil from Pertronics. So what happened, I had to open this hole up a little bit. So how I did that, I took just a round file and went right into the hole here, if I can do all this with one hand, and just kind of worked it around and opened the hole up until it would fit. And then it fits right on the terminal like that, no problem. But here is the new replacement vacuum can. Let me see if I can give you a better, what it looks like here. So, we want to make sure everything looks the same. Looks pretty close. It is definitely different though. I mean, this part, the mount's the same, but apparently the arm's a little different there. So yeah. Okay, well, it's the part number that they called for, but it definitely is off just a little bit. All right, we'll make it work. All right, so I got my new vacuum, but the arm was different. So after being mad for a few minutes because I'd overnighted this piece, I ended up taking it, holding this in as a template, putting some wrenches on it and bending it around. So as you can see, it's in there now and it's hooked up to the plate right here where it comes through. See there? So all I gotta do now is put my screws on each side to hold that in and then hook this up to the vacuum. But anyway, there's the ground coming off of here. It goes down here to the body like they want it. Here's the power wires coming through the little rubber mount. So once I get this bolted in and make sure that's staying in there like it's supposed to, I can put the cap on it and that should be it. It should fire right up. But that's the point of having a hot rod. Parts you're supposed to get, they're supposed to fit, don't fit. So if you don't know how to work on it yourself it can get very expensive and get very frustrating. I went through a moment of frustration, but it should be good now. But anyway, this was a 68 Dodge Charger vacuum advance was the description on this. And obviously it was different. All right, and just like that, the new starter's in. Just slide it up and in. The same 2 bolts hold it in there. So you see it's got a lot more clearance around it in here. The terminals are up top, so I gotta move around so I can hook the wires up. I'm actually gonna change this wire out. I already put a new battery cable on it, so that's this one here. So man, it fired right up and it's idling fine. That new starter spins this thing over really fast. I like it, like really fast. So, been fighting an overcharging system today. Last night it seemed to be fine, but today it's overcharging the car. So, looked online, this is an electronic regulator upgrade. AutoZone has it. It's a VR706 part number. This is what it looks like. So, there you go. So basically, we're going to hook this up and see what happens. But hopefully it's a nice upgrade from this one, which this is the replacement. This is from O'Reilly's, and this is what it looks like. This is the one that was on my car when I got it, and I don't think the car was charging, so I changed it out with none of O'Reilly's still on it. And this one won't charge at all, and the one from O'Reilly's overcharges. But you see the difference in how they look side by side here. Big difference. So, we're gonna hook this up and see if it cures my overcharging problems. Okay, so the new regulator fixed my problems. .7, 13.8 volts, exactly where it's supposed to be. So that old school stuff is junk. This was the fix. A VR706 electronic regulator upgrade. 13.8 volts, which is awesome. Lights are on, look good. Oh yeah. We're ready. Oh, I didn't notice the parking lights go off when the headlights are on. I guess that's how they used to do it back in the day. Side markers are all on. Yep, works great. So nice to figure out a problem and fix it. Check it out, 15-inch aftermarket wheels. These are the hubcaps and the original wheels that came on the car. I got all 4. Look how they're green, isn't that awesome? 14-inch, and this all original Dodge hubcap though. I mean, check it out. They see me rolling, they hating. Oh, yeah, I definitely like the upgrade that Jim and Beatrice put on here. All right, taking the charger out today. Check it out. I did a quick ceramic wipe on it. Not to be confused with ceramic coating, just a refresher spray polish wipe. Quick detail type of thing. It's running great with the new ignition and voltage regulator. It's charging properly. So yeah, thing looks good. Oh, there's my old pistola and my mask. You know, 2 important things nowadays, especially gonna go rob a bank. Ooh, more charger stuff. Check it out. This box just came in. It is from, who is that? Reflective Illumination LLC in Arizona, also called ledlight.com. And what we got here is some LEDs, baby. Check it out. Got a bunch of LEDs, and guess what? They are green, and they're gonna go all in my dashboard. So all the lights in this sweet charger here that come up on the dashboard that are kind of whitish, and some of them are newer bulbs than others, some are kind of dingy yellow, they're now gonna be green. And the reason I'm doing this, you ever seen the movie Christine, where the car's driving itself and they show the gauges and they're all green and glowing? I thought that'd be really cool considering the car's green. So stay tuned while I put these in and see what kind of lights we got. Ba-boom! Oh, by the way, the new electronic ignition does such a great job that the car actually runs lean at idle. So it's actually popping in the exhaust. It's so damn lean. So what I had to do was I had to actually go back in here and put the ballast back in. I told you I'd taken it out. What the ballast does, it knocks the voltage down going to the distributor by about 1.5 volts. And by doing that, it's not as lean anymore. It actually runs really good, really smooth. So what I have to do is, if it was fuel injection, I just add some more fuel to it, but it is a 2-barrel carburetor, and it's not an easy one to adjust like a Holley. I guess it's like a Carter or something like that. I've got to research it, but I got to figure out if I can get the jets to actually jet it up now. So all I need to do is put a wideband on it, see what the air-fuel ratio is now, and then start adding some fuel, because with the really hot ignition now, and I'm about to put dual exhaust on it, it's gotten really lean, so I need to put more fuel to make more power. But the good news is this thing does a smoky burnout now, because I left my buddy James Crumpler's house a while ago on it and pulled it down in first, hit the brake and held it and stomped the gas. And before, when you saw me doing it a couple videos ago, it kind of squealed a little bit. This time it smoked his whole house up, so it's awesome. Anyway, car runs great. I tried to clean up a little bit today, do some quick detail spray on it and everything, but the motor's running fantastic. The alternator charged perfectly fine. I also put that new voltage regulator on it, which is electronic, and this car is like unbelievably nice now. It runs really, really good. The new starter fires it right up, so I'm really happy with it. So stay tuned. I'm going to throw these LEDs so I've got the dash kind of pulled out a little bit. These are the ones that are actually inside the dashboard. They go in and quarter turn clip. I've already put the LEDs in. These are the old bulbs. So here's those 3. And then I got these extra here that are going to go in the other sockets that I've got. So we're going to take these over real quick and I'll show you what I'm working with here. So basically, you loosen the steering column so you can push it down a little bit like so. And then you remove these wires, start pulling them all out. You can get the thing off, and then you can reach up in here, turn on the light. You can reach up in here and actually get it without pulling all the way out. But yeah, there you go. Pretty straightforward. All right, ready? Got the lights turned off. Here we go. Check it out. Green gauges. Nice. The only thing I messed up, I didn't get 2 bulbs here from my air conditioning side. See how that is? It's yellow and the radio is yellow, but the radio doesn't work. I thought it worked. I got the hood up so you can see the signals on the hood. All right, we'll turn the headlights on. Sorry. Headlights on. Now watch the high beam. There's the high beam. Boom. High beam in red and off. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, there it is. Green lights full of wind.